Kwa sahi our agenda is removing that guy in power. After we remove him, after ameflee kwenye ataflee, na hata hiyo kuflee hatutakubali aflee. We must catch him on our hands. Yani atuambie mbona ametuhangaisha hii time yote, anatuua huku kama makuku, huko sorry. How can a full president, bro? How can a whole president apologize ati if I mean like ati if yani kama tuliwakosea, kama bro, you butcher us, you kill us, you throw us in kwa madams huko sijui ni I mean like come on, we can do better bro, we can do better.
Okay. By marching to State House, it's upon yourself. It's not me. Na mimi sijatumwa by the way. Wewe umesema maybe na support, but I'm suffering like the common Kenyans. The way you are suffering like my fellow youth. But my position is, mimi sioni kitu naendea kwa street. I'm satisfied with the things I'm doing right now. What I'm doing is what makes me to be a Kenyan. From my point of view, I can wake up early in the morning, do 1, 2, and 3 for myself, so that I can accommodate for myself and for my family. So you cannot say I've been sent and yet I'm not even sijulikani. Who am I? So if we understand, if we can use our logics and we understand who are we, who are you in your personal level. Huwezi kuwa unakaa chini unangojea uletewe mkate kwa mesa na uji ukule. Hapana. When William Ruto became the president, first thing he said, we need accountability. So if we are speaking about accountable, Dafmat, how accountable are you? Nini unafanya asubuhi? Ama wewe tu ni kuamka asubuhi kuambia msasi uniwekee ruabe ninunue chai, ninunue mkate. Nataka upate the silver plate. Do you want to be sweet talk?
So Dennis, please tell us what you do with yourself.
Dennis,
what you do when you wake up. No, tell us what you do with yourself, what you do with the wake up, so that we can start doing it and stop going to the streets. Maybe that will also help us. Tell us what you do in the morning, or what you do for a living. Maybe it can that kind of advice will be helpful to distract us from going to the streets, other than telling us to, you know what you do. Can you share what you do so that we see whether it is something relevant? Maybe you just wake up and you wait for manners to fall from heavens. Maybe it falls from that part of the world.
Okay. Personally, I'm not that person of high profile. I'm a simple person. The way I'm speaking, I'm that simple. Okay, what I can say, since my childhood, sijai kunywa pombe. So the discipline in myself is perfect. I have full common senses. They have not interfered by any chemical. There's something that I'm taking that is like ni machani chai from my personal level. You and your drugs,
bro, Dennis, just to counter that. Just to counter that.
Just your loan and listen to me. I will give
just to counter that. Wacha ni counter tu hiyo peke yake, hiyo umesema ya ulevi, wewe si mlevi. Bro, Uhuru Kenyatta is a non-drunkard. Not to Kenyans, bro. There's a video I saw from a guy in South Africa akisema that president it was a funny clip, but alisema venye rais wetu huko mlevi 24/7. So like it means hata watu wengi wanajuanga ni mlevi, but bro he did not like miaka yake 10 haikuwa so good, but it was better kuliko ya deputy wake, way better bro. So hiyo story ya TI sijui nini hiyo hata ifai kuwa kwa topic bro. Huyo mtu wako soba, huyo president wako soba wa saa hii anafanya worse kuliko yule mlevi alikuwa before yeye. So nani yake ni miaka mbili ya mtu soba ni worse kuliko miaka 10 ya mtu mlevi. I want you to get that point clear bro.
Okay, if hiyo side ya pombe imekukuza, I'm sorry, but are we dependent enough? I personally, I can, from my personal level, I can mobilize to farm for myself. I can garden my own personal resources and produce something that is productive, not only to help myself but to help others. Mimi mwenyewe naweza nafanya kazi mahali fulani because I cannot mention in a platform, but the small napata, I can run the farms at home. I can utilize it to help others, because employing one or two is making empowerment. And what as we youths we need to know, we need to empower others, not to sit back and wait for manna to fall from heaven. By the way, Dafmadi umesema you have papers. If everybody today asema apeleke papers yake kwa tepo, kila mtu ako na papers. Even a class 3, the one for CPC is a paper. So it's about how we engage our mentality, how we train our attitude towards positivity. It's about how we engage our personal understanding, the humbleness, the background we came from. That's where we need to understand. The things that we are not understanding, we want to compare the Uhuru's regime and Ruto's regime. And that's where we are not working in our borderlines. Wewe mwenyewe unataka ukue mtoto wa Uhuru, now you are coming from humble background. Bro, you want to wear Air Max, you want to wear those expensive khakis, you want to wear the belt that Murkomen wears, and you want to be uonekana ati unapendwa. For whose, in whose hands are you or do you want to become celebrity? We need to focus on things that they are making us engage ourselves each and every day, not the things that each every day count us to be. We need to have that manhoodism. We need to mind our own games. You see, at least at the end of the day, if you are in a position to assist yourself, you could be a better person.
Can I ask you something, Dennis?
Ask.
How old are you?
Okay, I'm 25.
You're 25. Are you umesema wewe uko kazi, umeandikwa, si ndio?
Yes.
So wewe uko sawa?
Sieti niko sawa.
Wewe uko sawa.
Kazi niko, I'm not sawa.
Sasa unafanya kazi gani? Unafanya kazi gani? What is your profession? What is your profession? Unafanya kazi gani? Profession yako ni gani? Umesomea nini?
Engineer.
Engineers many. I mean, which field of engineer?
Under civil.
You're not convincing.
I've said I'm a structural engineer.
So what are you farming back home? You said you have got some farm running activities. What are you farming?
Okay, back there, I'm farming. I have tea. I have maize plantation.
Tea. Which year did you plant your tea?
Okay, I bought.
When? How many acres do you have of tea?
Okay, I cannot explain, or I cannot dispose all my property online, bro.
Tum, you know, we've been this game for long, okay? Okay. Tum, we do not hate Mr. William Ruto. Let me put it in perspective. I went to high school in Kamgetunyi High School. Kamgetunyi is in the south of Uasin Gishu. It is perhaps very close to where Mr. William Ruto comes from. I grew up with people from that area of Ainabkoi. I came from a very humble background, and I could not have survived without the help of people from that region, including teachers, who about 90% of them came from that ethnic group. I've got nothing personal, absolutely nothing personal about Mr. William Ruto, about the Kalenjin, and I love those people. They are good people. But when one person is wrong, it has to be said as it is. I told you the terms of references that were given in the contract between Kenyans and Mr. William Ruto. It is a constitution. It is perpetual perversion and deviation from the very stipulation of the constitution that makes people think that this person is unfit for the office. You've spoken about our time, giving him time. A lot of, benefit has been given to him. We've always assumed the best for him. We asked him, Mr. William Ruto, you are not able to govern this country with the current constitution of the cabinet, for example. What did he do? A charade of activities. He sent everyone home, including Murkomen. You've asked about Murkomen, who's telling us that the government has a capacity to listen. He was moved from wherever. Clearly, one of the person who was mentioned in the memoranda that we give Mr. William Ruto was Murkomen. Mr. William Ruto has not changed a thing, not a thing, in the constitution of the cabinet alone. He has shown no indication to change the situation. Now, I've told you that the situation between then and now, a year now, it has exacerbated. We have given him enough room. He has showed us the middle finger. He has showed us time and again why he is not able to ameliorate a thing. It is the highest time that he leaves office. Remember, when he took that office, so many people were capable of doing so, but we understand, we abide by the rule of the law. We know that we cannot all of us fit in the office. So when he takes the other office and he doesn't liberate, he is in breach of the contract, he is in breach of the oath, he has eroded the public trust, he is unfit to continue. That's all I could tell you.
So you mean from day one of power is incompetent?
He has always been incompetent, bro. He has always been incompetent, bro. His whole career, what is it? Is it politics or career yake yote ya kisiasa, bro. He has yani bro. See things videos kwa mtandao, bro. Just go and look, bro. Amekuwa na makesi like any for us even to elect him yeye na Uhuru, it was a grave mistake. Sisi kuacha kuwatetea wasiende ICC, it was a grave mistake, bro. The two people tulikataa waende, they go, any justice ifanyike, ndo sasa hiyo wanakuja kutumiza. It's just a reflection, bro. It's just a reflection, bro. And apparently mwenye yako sahihi ni wasi kuliko hiyo mwenzake. And hata mwenzake alikuwa anasema niliwakosea sawa, lakini poleni, na sidhani kama niliwakosea sana, but huyo mwingine mwenye mnataka kumpea, mtalia, mtaitana mpaka karudia na lugha ya kwao. And I mean bro, we are seeing everything. Enye nilikuwa nasema, we are crying bro, our parents are crying. You look at the people when you you look at the parents who lost their walipoteza watoto wao protest ya 2024 bro, they are crying like they have lost their kid juzi. It's the pain bro. Wewe kama kijana bro, yani like bro, like he has been incompetent from like bro, mass scandal. He's been amassing wealth from the word go, yani from the word go. He has a lot of cases zenye, I mean, it's just time we just go to the street, we occupy everywhere bro. Hata kama tutaweza kuingia State House, we will camp in town. Biashara zitafunguliwa, hakuna kazi itaendelea, nchi itasimama. And that's what we want, you know. Kama if the cops will kill us, let them kill us. Watu mali, yani waue tu watu milioni wa mali. Yeah, that's their way bro, because sidhani kama kuna policy ama kuna anything inaweza change. That guy is ignorant and he is a cold-blooded killer bro, ama murderer bro, for lack of a better word, a whole president. How do you reshuffle people alafu unawarudisha nimekumbuka tu, go check kesi yao ya ICC. Go check all the people who are there. Go check all the people. Witness, sijui nani, bora tu ni mbogi yake. Go check. It's akina Kindiki, it's akina Amin, huyo wa DCIO sahi, Amin, sijui Kindiki, yule nani mwingine wa kwao. Like bro, and you're like, oh my goodness. Oh my fucking goodness. And hao tu ndo wako in power and wako in zile position zenye venye ni critical. Kindiki ni deputy, huyo tumweke kando juu aliyekwa juu ya rigiji, but it was God. Hiyo it was meant to be. Twende kwa I mean yeye ndo nani wa DCI. Look at how DCI, in fact the DCIs ndo wanatu abduct, ndo they are doing all that shit, like iko under yeye. So sijui bro, sijui mbona hata unaweza hata fikiria kumtetea ama kusema sijui kitu kama hiyo bro, like that's not our president. Ni president tu kwa jina bro. Uhuru Kenyatta was worse, but any they were both worse, but hata afadhali Uhuru Kenyatta bro. Yeye hakuwa na ile moyo ya kutumada venye mse anatumada kama makuku bro. Githurai people were killed bro. Hiyo kitu ile kwa chini ya maji. Githurai people, I have a friend from there, ananiambia risasi zililia from jioni mpaka around asubuhi huko maalfajiri huko. Una imagine bro, risasi zikilia for more than if anything, risasi zikilia for 1 hour, you can imagine hizo ni bullets ngapi. But risasi zilikuwa zinalia from like for more than 5 hours, bro. Hiyo story ikakanyagiwa chini. Rumor said it, hizo bodies zilipelekwa kwa kambi yenye kwa hapo karibu. Na ni gani? Ni ile barracks, hiyo kawa barracks. So like when you join 1+1 ina equals to 2. Vitu zingine si lazima Citizen iseme. And by the Citizen, wewe na Citizen mnafanya kazi moja ya kutuzia uoga by the. But apparently tushaamua na like safari ishaanza, tushatoka stage bro, like watu wanaelekea bro, we are on our way to freedom bro. And kama because the only fear they could wanaweza tuzia ni tutawaua, sijui tutawafanyia nini bro. You have done that bro. Watu wanajificha, mnawaua. Watu wako street, mnawaua. So there's nothing inaweza turudisha nyuma. And if anything, the more wanatutishia, the more wanafanya, the more any rage inapanda, because this is something yenye haijaionekana. We did it last time and we will do it today, and if another day itatubidi tutokee tena, tutatokea bro. And this time yani we are so determined and we are so real about this bro. Kama utatokea we baki, wenye wameamua like it's enough, like bro, Imagine if Rex was your brother. Imagine if ile Eric was your brother. Like ungekuwa una feel aje bro? Baba Ojwang ndo huyu, pesa sijui zinaibiwa, mara sijui Ruto hajamtumia 2 million. So hata yeye kuja kwa public kusema nimepewa 2 million ilikuwa ni ahadi. Bro, you trust a person who has promised the whole nation na haja deliver, wewe mtu mmoja unadhani atakunani? How do you even talk to a person who has killed your child, bro? First things, how do you even negotiate with a person who has killed your son, bro? Might not be him direct, but I mean, kama yeye kweli ni president mzuri na ni msee anatujali, angesema in the next 24 hours I want to know who killed that boy and I want them in jail. Yani bro, a president, like bro, maneno ya president ni kama Mungu akitoa commandment, bro. Anyone who defies the president yani ni noma, bro. So if he was a good person venye unasema, ama sijui tumpe time, angesema huyo kijana anataka kujua nani alimuua, wenye walimuua na aliuliwa vipi, for Kenyans to know. But has he done that? Lagat hata hajaitwa, hajaimwona kwa press, hata ile PR ile kusema sijui like bro, like I mean acha, no. We are going, bro, we are going and we are going na tushatoka kwa nani, gari shanoa nanga, bro, tuko kwa njia sahi, ni just how many hours? It's a few hours to fike destination, bro, and imagine it's everywhere in 254 Kitale, sijui wapi, bora ni Kenya, bro, bora ni Kenya, bora hiyo place, that land iko na flag ya Kenya, we are storming, bro, and he must go. He must go. He must go. He was to go. He was to go, and he will go.
Okay. What I can add on you is that, bro, when you are speaking, use the first person pronoun. I must.
I must go, bro. I must go. Personally, I must go. My friends must go. Everyone who I know must go. And every other youth who is suffering like me will go, bro. We must go, and we are going.
Okay, if I may ask Antu personal, do you have any business?
Which business, bro, can strive in this economy, bro? If
Okay,
you're not from the elite, which business can strive, bro? Unadhani sasa hata ukianza kuuza nyanya hapa it will be easy? Unadhani sasa ukianza
okay,
kuuza bizi ya magari hapa itakuwa rahisi?
okay. If I may ask you, what do you usually do? Onto
I
your
just do,
personal level.
bro, that doesn't, acha tu nikujibu because inaonekana sana unataka kujua mimi nafanya. Mimi I do hustles, bro. I do hustles and I don't do I don't do criminal hustles. I don't do, sipigangi watu ngeta, sifanyangi nini. I hustle. Like sometimes I'm a broker. A guy wants a TV. I go and I negotiate a deal. Like those are the type of deals that I do yenye napata, at least najua nikipiga deal moja niko na rent, niko na ratio ya food, so I can suffer hizi siku zingine, but najuanga tu
to control the same. So by saying that he did not come and demonstrate and all that, I think he's just trying to, control something that he cannot control by using the police and all that.
So, Kiblagat, who do you think is doing a better job, Cyprian or Gaida?
Those bloggers, or the movement is theirs. Is the movement? They own the movement or something.
I thought so.
No,
and they the one disseminating information.
If really you've stooped down to Cyprian and Gaito, then I don't know. The movement is gone. Because last time we lost the movement. The last time we lost the movement to this called Morara and the young man who has air.
Yes.
And we lost the movement to those stupid fellows. And now you want us to again lose the movement to Gaito and Nyakundi.
Anito Osama Hotel.
And the guy who was the router, who's the guy? So generally, if it is organic, let the movement be organic like that. Of course, something has to have a leader or something at some point, but of which I thought maybe we had had some leaders there, but we fell into a trap of greedy motherfuckers, and I'm really sorry to say that because at the end of the day we didn't get the expected result. As much as we want to stoop down and say maybe these guys were wrong and all that, I tend to think as someone who studied political science, there's a quote that a famous philosopher said, Woodrow Wilson said, politics is who gets what, when, and how. So I think as Gen Zs, we need to think about it like who gets what, when, and how. So we get what after this, when, and how. So if we get the answers to this, then I think our movement is going to be much successful. Because at the end of the day, you said, Kibe, we own the movement. We need to own the movement. But how, we cannot personalize because we are so many. So who will own the movement for us? Or who will lead this movement? And if we stoop down to, you said Gaitho and Nyakundi, then I think somehow I think we will not be will be lost somehow, because those are political bloggers and they are for hire. So one day they will decide that they will move this way, another day. So the problem in Kenya we face is we love money too much for us to sacrifice people's life for money. And that is what Raila has been doing over the years. He has been sacrificing people's life for his personal gain. As much as you say he fought for it, he never fought for it. Yes, maybe when he was young, maybe in the 90s, maybe he fought for it. But now, in the 2000s, he always had an agenda for going to the streets. Because every time you cease fire, because we've made a deal, the other time was an handshake, this time was broad-based government. So you say you cease fire because you have a better deal, and you have your interest, and it's part of human nature, and we understand that. So, and I don't want. So you've said what next for Kenya? I don't want us to, expect so much to happen. I don't want us to expect so much to happen. I want us to expect so little, because nothing is going to change really. I think people are going to be selfish at the end of the day. It's in a normal nature. At the end of the day, someone will come up as, I led this movement. A guy that will come, Nyakun will say, I know I was the one. And he'll go bragging in the US like the other guy, like I was the one. So nothing will come out of this like really that much. But I hope the government understands that there's something wrong. Something wrong in our system, and we need to approach it, because this is a government that can allocate almost 800 million to renovating a whole house instead of just building a new one. And there are people who live with anger somewhere in Turkana, or maybe we have problems. We have security problems in Elgeyo Marakwet, where I come from, and people don't live in their homes there because there's a security problem. So we have a government that doesn't care about you. We have a government
No,
that
keep like
doesn't.
that. Keep like that. Keep like that.
Yep.
Keep like that. You see, your preaching is falling on deaf ears.
Okay. Well, okay.
Because me, I'm not in government, so I don't understand all those things you're telling me about banditry and Elgeyo Marakwet. I don't understand. Those are very personalized, localized problems, isn't it?
I guess
Even
so, but
hunger,
it's a
even
government.
hunger, even hold up. Even hunger is a very personal problem. Hunger is not. We are not hungry.
Is it
You
really?
say I am hungry. We are never hungry.
Is it really like a personal problem?
It is a personal problem when you're hungry, unless you're a child.
Have you ever gone to? Have you ever been to?
Unless you're
Turkana?
a child.
Have you ever gone to Turkana by any chance?
Yes, I've been to Turkana.
Have you? What part of Turkana have you ever been to?
I've been to Turkana. I've been to Marsabit. Which part do you want to know?
Okay. So let me just direct my question this way. So if have you been to those places? Compare that place to Kiambu.
Why should I compare that place to
Compare
Kiambu?
it, like, does it give a child born there in Turkana and a child born in Kiambu? Does it give them the same chance of life?
What about a child born in Madare and a child born in it's called Mudaiga?
Yeah, and that's my question. Does it give them the same chance of survival?
So which standard are we adopting?
We are trying to do this, yeah. We are trying to
Which standard are we adopting? Because if everybody is an individual and everybody is doing what's best for themselves, so which standard are we adopting? Because me and you are not the same.
We're adopting a standard of. If you remember something called standardization. So we are trying to.
So which standard are we adopting? Your standard or my standard?
We are fair to each one. Someone is
What do you
free.
mean fair? Okay, explain to me fair. Fair, and I wake up at 5, you wake up at 8. Where is fairness?
So if we have the same chance of fighting, if I put the same effort and you put the same effort, we can always somehow we can always get the same result.
I mean,
so
again, remember, it's not all about effort. There's also personality, charisma. There are a lot of other. Turkana, I've been to Marsabit. Which part do you want to know?
Okay, so let me just direct my question this way. So if have you been to those places? Compare that place to Kiambu.
Why should I compare that place to Kiambu?
Like, does it give a child born there in Turkana and a child born in Kiambu? Does it give them the same chance of life?
What about a child born in Madare and a child born in it's called Mudaiga?
Yeah, and that's my question. Does it give them the same chance of survival?
So which standard are we adopting?
We are trying to do this, yeah. We are trying to.
Which standard are we adopting? Because if everybody is an individual and everybody is doing what's best for themselves, so which standard are we adopting? Because me and you are not the same.
We're adopting a standard of. If you remember something called standardization. So we are trying to.
So which standard are we adopting? Your standard or my standard?
We are fair to each one. Someone is.
What do you mean fair? Okay, explain to me fair. Fair, and I wake up at 5, you wake up at 8. Where is fairness?
So if we have the same chance of fighting, if I put the same effort and you put the same effort, we can always somehow we can always get the same result.
I mean,
so
again, remember, it's not all about effort. There's also personality, charisma. There are a lot of other factors that are going to determine my success and your failure.
I know that.
The only reason you're a failure is because the only reason why you're a failure is because you're comparing yourself with me. But if you live your own life like the people who are living in Marasabit, who don't even know a thing called spaces, then this guy wakes up every morning, he takes his goats to pasture. Every now and then when he's broke, he takes a goat, he goes and sells it, and he continues living his life. Why would you compare his life with someone who is living in Mudaiga?
You know, keep it. Okay, I
The guy in
understand.
Mudaiga cannot handle that
I,
life there. You know that.
I get your point. Yeah, I don't dispute anything.
Even like now, let me give you an example. Like um, when we were growing up, they would really insist for the grandparents to visit. Okay,
Mhm.
but every time my granddad came here, where there's a toilet right next to him and you what everything, he was like, "Hey, I need to go back home. I have nothing I am doing here.
Mhm.
At home, my mind is working. I'm trying to fix small shit. But when you go there and you look at that place with the eyes of Nairobi, you're like, man, this guy is poor. But he's not poor. He has a cow. He has a few goats. He has chickens. This guy, every time we would go home to visit him, he would slaughter a goat for us. We've been conditioned to think that he is the poor one. We would live there with bags of grain and you what, bananas. There was so much to come with. The boot was full, even chickens. Who's the poor one, my guy?
So okay, we've gone off topic, Logo. So anyway, okay, I understand.
No, I
And
asked you a question. Answer the question. Who is the poor one there?
so I get your point, Kibe. Like the thing is, uh, effort and maybe something that is personal is personal. It depends on yourself and your eyes where you sit. So I understand that. But now there's a problem that emanates from bad governance, right? And there's a problem that emanates
What I want you
from
guys to do? What I want you guys to do? Because you
Mhm.
guys you're selling the wrong. You're selling it the wrong way. So by now I'm going to give you this as a freebie so that you guys can get at least on the right track. Okay. So you're
Okay.
not going to get anything by complaining because the people you're talking to are not listening to you. So you'll get nothing from that. You'll never get anything but from strategy, you'll get everything that you want. Then you can make Kenya in your own image. You see, Moi made Kenya in his image for 24 years. If you go to Uganda, Uganda is in Museveni's image. Kagame is making Rwanda in his own image. The kids who grew under Kibaki, they saw Kenya being formed in the image of Kibaki through um, free primary education. Because remember, at the time, the mothers kept telling them, Kibaki has paid for you, Kibaki has paid. Now you guys grew up knowing Kibaki is the greatest thing that ever worked. So whatever it is that you want, this is your movement. Stop pushing it on other people and stop complaining. These people did what they did for themselves. If you go to Raila's house, you will not believe it. If you go to Ruto's house, you won't believe it. You go to Orengo's house, you won't believe it. Orengo right now is the governor of Siaya. Are you see what I'm saying? Orengo was on the streets like Casmoel. Has never left politics. All of them, you're seeing them. They're on the streets one day and they just upgraded. All of them, they were fighting for the constitution the other day in 2010 or something. Orange versus banana. You guys don't remember that? So they own whatever it is they have right now. If you want it from them, then you must have a bigger brain than them. But not complain to them because they are not listening. They have done their work. I know it's not what you want to hear, Kiplagat.
Kibe, it's the sad reality, But the thing is, as I told you, who gets what, when, and how. So they got whatever they wanted in their own way. They seem fit, and at that they seem fit. So you are right to say that if whatever you want, we must go and take it because they have it. So we go take it. But now you said so. So you, I was trying to go to the trajectory where I was trying to tell you. So what next for Kenya? I heard the other day the president said we must be speaking of our country maybe outside there in a good way or something like that. So what next for us? What next for Kenya? So, and the thing is,
Kiplagat,
yes,
what do you want the government to do for you?
is there something really? I don't think the government need to do something for me. You should be asking me what should I do for the government.
And what are you doing?
I'm holding them accountable.
But why? If there is nothing you want them to do for you, then why are you holding them accountable?
And why should I not hold them accountable? So
But there is nothing you want them to do for you.
because if there's something I don't want them to do for me, maybe there's something they must do for me. That I don't have to tell them that you need to do roads, you need supposed to do it, and I'm holding them accountable for that.
So are you not okay when you pay tax because they leave you with the rest of the money anyway? Should you not be okay?
Who said they leave me with the rest of the money?
You see, it should be as easy as that.
I don't get you. Don't follow.
You see, I ask you a good question. What do you want the government to do for you? There is
Okay.
nothing.
And I ask you the same question. What do the government want to do for you?
Nothing. I'm doing the best I can, and I don't want them. I've realized there is nothing I want the government to do for me. That's why I don't have a problem.
I do say that I have a problem with the government.
Because you want to hold them accountable. So why?
So holding someone accountable, meaning that I have a problem with them.
Yes.
For instance,
There's something you want them to do for you.
You're married. You're married to someone, right? Let's put this analogy, right? You're married to someone, and your wife. It's not. No way. I'm not comparing the government to your wife. I'm just putting an analogy out there. Like you have a wife, and you come home in the evening, and it's normally you have to, she must take care of you, give you food and all that. And then one day unafika, she doesn't give you food. What are you going to do there? Are you going to go to the kitchen, cook for yourself, or you're going to ask her, hey, what's not happening today?
Was I not eating before I was married?
No, you are in you are in the context now. Do not go before that. We are in the context of marriage right now. That's the analogy. I'm giving you the analogy that now you're married, and you every day she normally cooks for you. You arrive one day, she doesn't give you food. So, and what are you going to do?
No, I ask you, was I not able to eat before I was married? So that's a non-issue for me.
You're trying to play as the smart one here. Now, come on, answer the question.
No, I just told you, was I not eating before I was married? So it's a non-issue for me.
No. The question, the real question is, the real question is, are you going to hold that person accountable? You're going to tell her, come on, what's not happening? I have given you money for food. Why? I don't see any food right now. So, or you're going to go to the kitchen and make food for yourself. So the same analogy comes to government. It's not like I'm not comparing government to your marriage, but the thing is, the government, we entrust the government in a direct way. The people we elected, they represent us. So in some kind of way, we need to hold them accountable because we expect some services to be delivered to us, and they are the one to ask them for us. They're the one to act on our behalf.
But
because
the people they have, don't you see how good things they are doing for them? They're building them houses, roads, they are giving them pigs and chickens.
They don't build
Every
roads.
now and then the border people get free fuel. and they go for an event where there is comedy happening. Don't you see how those people are happy? They don't complain.
So
where are you among those groups of people?
so you think I'm among those group of people?
No, I don't think you even know where you are.
Okay. So do you know where you are?
Yeah, me, there's nothing that I've not done that if you ask me the same question, what do I want the government to do for me? Nothing.
And I told you nothing to.
Because I've made it my responsibility to do whatever I want to do in my life,
Mm-hmm.
to achieve whatever I can, what I
Okay.
can reach for. But I do not depend on anyone, on the government.
Okay.
And I've made my peace with that.
So by any chance, do you have a car?
Here, it's there. That
So
truck you see there.
do you normally travel on government roads on your private road? You build a
Both.
road for yourself because clearly it's like you've done everything for yourself.
What if I didn't do? Where would I be?
No, you've said right now you don't want anything to be done for you for the government. So it's clearly you've built roads for yourself.
The
You
only
have
thing you need from the government is a birth certificate and a burial permit.
so you don't need roads.
Well, you see,
No, like
these things.
no,
So
like you just said that you don't need anything from the government.
roads
And
to
you don't
go
want to hold
where?
anything. No, like sometimes we tend to be very liberal and all that and try to be independent, but somehow you tend to look the stupid one here, because at the end of the day you have to. There's some things you cannot do alone. All right, there's some things that you have to say that this is the government responsibility. For example, you hit a pothole when you're going home. Is it you we are supposed to make that road?
Can we have a discussion focus on
That's the
kindly?
government responsibility.
Or can I?
So you have not made your own road, and you're trying to say you have nothing to expect from the government. I'm telling you, I'm holding them accountable because of whatever is supposed to be done, and we're not trying to complain. We are trying to tell them we are not doing the right thing. Start doing the right thing from there. So you cannot,
But this
Joe.
is
You
not
can,
your government. They are not your government. So they can't take your views or opinions. They have their own people.
I don't follow.
Their own people rock up in the stadium at 4 a.m. But you are here. Their own people are not here on X. You are here. So whatever you are holding them accountable is falling to deaf ears.
Your argument, my friend, is not. It's your argument. You're basing your argument on. You're trying to be emotional in this situation, and emotions always kills a man. All right. So do not go there. Let us just go back to being reasonable and trying to think in a trajectory where we are being objective. But when you put emotions on a serious matter like this one, I think you'll not get.
Did you not see? Did you see? Did you see? Did you not see the people of the government watching Ruto kick at the ball to score? Where were you in that stadium? Because you should have been there.
What are you trying to say, man? 'Cause I
You
don't
see,
get.
you're not even familiar with the things that are happening. These people are entertained
Guys,
by their
I
leaders.
think we are running away from the real discussion, Mr. Kiplagat and Joe.
I was really trying to engage this fellow because I think he's becoming emotional for no reason. Anyway, back to where I was. Back to
Hold up, Kiplagat. John, what are you saying? What are we running away from?
Mr. Kiplagat, can you give the others a chance, because it seems now it's like a discussion for two people, and we
No,
had
what do you
a
have to
good.
say? Stop complaining. I told you guys
For me,
don't come here to
what I
complain.
have to
If you have
say,
something to
for me,
say, you say it.
okay. For me, what I have to say, tomorrow I'll be going on the street because there is a manifesto which was launched by the current regime, and when you compare what the manifesto said and what's on the ground, those are two different things. And I believe that's one thing I'm going to ask for, because I believe each regime, when you come with a manifesto, and what you said should reflect on the ground. You should not be telling us this is happening, but it's not reflecting on the ground. You're saying economy is good, but on the people's pockets, when you come on the ground, nothing is happening. The other thing I will say, as per me, I'm a farmer.
So, John, so you're going to the streets tomorrow because, as a farmer,
I'm getting substandard products.
what is the contract with you and the government? Because huyu jamaa anaitwaje Kiplagat ameulizwa, he didn't know that there's supposed to be a contract between him and the government. So when you put in a
The
government
contract,
there, you have a contract with them. Say, okay, you're going to do this and this for me. Now, if you lose, if you were in the opposition and you lose, then your contract was only with the opposition, not with the government, not with the government of the day, because they had a contract with their own people. So what is the contract with this current government?
I will say, as per the region I'm in Nyandarua, there were things which we were promised as the people. We were told we are the people, we voted for him. I would say personally, I voted for him. And there were things which we were told they would come on the ground. That's what I'm going to ask. Because, yeah, you say this would happen, but with this timeline, but there is nothing. So what am I supposed to do? I'm just supposed to sit here and relax and just watch.
So this is you rejecting the government that you put into power.
Exactly.
So how are you rejecting them? By going to the streets? What I mean, how? Just tell me, how are you rejecting them? They promised something, they've not delivered. Your rejection is showing them that you are annoyed at them, or
my rejection is showing them that we personally, as a person who is on the ground, I haven't felt whatever they said it will come,
no.
or what I will.
What does your rejection look like? That's what I'm asking.
My rejection,
because I just don't want it to be words, and then we sit here again after 25th discussing words again. So what does your rejection look like? They promised you one thing, they have not delivered. How do you tell them, or how do you reject them?
I personally will be carrying a placards communicating my message, because I believe
Okay.
I don't have I have written currently. We have tried writing memorandums, writing, communicating through the office, the channels, but no feedbacks. So I'll be carrying a placards on the street. I'll take a photo. I'll tag at least the people who are responsible, and that's how I'll try to communicate my message. Because I believe if it's the MP who is supposed to take my complaints through the parliament is not doing that, I'll tag him so also on the social media. So if he will see, if he won't, I will have communicated my message.
So
Because
what is this? What is this you wanted the government to do for farming? You say you are a farmer. What is this that you wanted exactly?
One, to get standards products. Currently, if you have read the reports where our Nyandaron potatoes are poisonous. Why? Because we are getting also those poisons on through the, what is it called? through the kwa nini, kwa duka za madawa unapata ziko hizo dawa zinauzwa. It is product which is on the shelf. It is the responsibility of the government to regulate what comes in. Like food, chakula ya kuku saizi, chakula iko kwa market ni chakula very poor. Kuku inakula but production very low. They said they would work on such things, they haven't. So that, I believe it is the responsibility of the government to regulate what is coming in, what the people are consuming, or is it not?
Have you thought of doing something else if that's not working?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I've thought of other things, but still, they wait. If you are doing well financially, just thank God with this economy, because if you come where the people on the ground are going through, you are trying something else, you invest your money there, but you find it's not also working. I have a diploma in electrical and electronics. I'm trying. I have a company. I've been trying to look for work. Sometimes it's not working, but we are still trying. So if you're good, please try to put yourself on the ground also. See through that angle. We also try to see in your angle.
Which ground is this you guys keep talking about? When we are living in different countries or what? Because you guys have
Kibe,
owned
we are
this ground. Nobody can even
exactly.
talk about it anymore. Hey, we are the ones who are on the ground. Fuck you. What nonsense is that? Ground.
Allow me to come
Listen,
in.
Joe Maxi has asked you a very good question. If this is not working for you, why not try something else? How can you blame the government for your problems? So, what contract did you have? Did you sign a contract in university? Because I think that's where many of you signed the contracts. Because every time you complain that I have a degree and things are not working. So, where was the contract signed? In primary, through the free primary education, and you were told this is what to expect? Where did you sign this contract? Or did you give them your vote and now you want to tell them, okay, I gave you 5 years and I'm done with you? Or do you want to take it away right now? Like, things are so bad, I cannot wait for you to finish the 5 years. These are the conversations that I want. But don't come and cry at your, hey, pia nyinyi mmezidi na hiyo crying. Too much crying.
Kibe, allow me to come in. Niseme kitu mbili. Hi cousins. So I want to jump into the issue of accountability yenye Kiplagat was talking about. Nimesikia ameulizwa if he has something he wants the government to do for him, akasema hakuna. But I think, you see, holding a government accountable is not rebellion or something. It's being responsible as a citizen, because we pay taxes. We pay taxes so that things that we cannot do privately, like making roads, like building hospitals, such things that we cannot do for our own, can be done by the taxes that we pay. So we holding the government to account. It's just us being the guardians of truth. And sometimes leaders that we elect tends to forget what they're elected there to do. They start being corrupt and all that. They become people with just promises that are not fulfilled.
So, who are your leaders?
These are the people that we elected, the MCAs, the MPs.
Like now, like who's your MP?
My MP is called Gadoni Wamushomba.
So are you told tomorrow when you go to the street, you're going to hold Gadoni wa Mushomba accountable?
I will not. I've held her accountable actually, it's not one time or two. I've questioned about projects she has made in a different forum. Okay. But now
But she's not in the government. She's in the opposition.
she's in government, but she's supporting opposition.
Yeah. So right now, I mean, it just follows. She's not in government, so she's in the opposition. But you're supposed to be holding her accountable also. Isn't that what you're saying?
Exactly. Every person that is
So
elected.
what is this that you're holding her accountable for? You say tomorrow when I'm going to the streets, this is what I want from Gadoni wa Mushomba. She does not represent me well in parliament. She does not ask the right questions. She's not able to get funding. What is Gadoni wa Mushomba unable to do?
So, for instance, tomorrow as we go to the streets, my accountability is fully on the president. For my MP.
No, Gadoni where do you said your MP is Gadoni wa Mushomba?
Exactly.
So Gadoni wa Mushomba is able to bring goodies back to where is that? Githunguri.
Yeah.
So Gadoni wa Mushomba, she's been unable to bring goodies from the government to Githunguri.
You see, that's what we are talking about, accountability. She has been trying, but the fact that she's not talking what the government want her to talk.
So get somebody else.
That's what we are doing. But even if
Tell
we bring
Gadoni wa Mushomba, you are unable to take the people of Githunguri in the right direction. We are done with you. We want a new person. So is there movement like that, or is just the presidency you're going for?
But you see, even if you bring a different person, as long as the president is there and doesn't want to be told what are the things that are supposed to be done, doesn't want to listen to anybody.
But
Even if
other people in other constituencies are receiving, and that's what Joe Maxey was saying. Goats, piglets. Did you see the piglets?
even Kiambu is receiving piglets from the county government, but really doing.
Oh, so the only so where do you stay? Maybe I think that we're having a communication problem. Where do you live?
I live in Kiambu.
Kiambu where?
Within Ruiru.
Oh, so you don't live in Githunguri?
No. That's my home.
So you're just having phantom problems.
No. I go there every now and then. I have projects.
No, but Githunguri is not your place because they are receiving piglets and you are not. Did you receive a piglet?
I have my own piglet. I cannot.
Did you receive a piglet from the government? Yes
No,
or
I
no?
did not. I did not.
Why? Because you have your own piglets.
I have my own piglet, and that is not something.
So the
that
contract between the government and its people, the people received piglet, chicken, whatever. Borders, nini. You've received nothing.
Kibe, you see, we as Githunguri people, we are farmers.
There's no we. You live in Roiro, bro.
Most of us are farmers. I am a farmer myself.
You live in Roiro. Can you please get it out of your head that you live in?
There's a difference between living and doing business and what you do every
Bro,
day.
you live, you eat where you shit, or you shit where you eat.
Okay, my point is, receiving a piglet to me, it's like an insult.
But not to the people on the ground, because the people on the ground received. They were so happy.
No. Nobody's happy because how do you give piglets to people who already have piglets? You give chicks.
So then
chicks
this is not your government.
Go to Githunguri right now. You will not go.
This
to a
is not your
homestead.
government because the government knows what its people need and they're giving them piglets.
No, Kibe. Right now, go to Githunguri. Go home by home. There's no
Did
home without.
you see Homa Bay? Watch out, Githunguri. Did you see Homa Bay? Did you see the people who were there at 4 a.m?
Those that slept in the stadium?
Yeah, did you see that shit?
Yeah, I saw it.
Would you sleep in a stadium?
I would never do that.
Exactly. So why are we talking about things both of us would never do? We would never go to a stadium. It would be where would I be where they're giving out piglets?
But that's exactly.
Just think, where would I be? I didn't know. I saw it on the news, just like everybody else.
Why would a leader use money meant for services like?
No, you're not getting. You're being too in your feelings. Get out of your feelings. Understand this: that you and I didn't know there were piglets to be given out.
Personally, I knew it, and I've told
You knew?
I have complained about it.
How did you know about it?
I saw the post by the leaders posting that they will be here giving piglets. They will be into this place in the Githurai and all that. And I've been consistently
and people went
raising those concerns via.
But people went there, because there were hundreds of thousands of people there.
Kibe, a lot of people like free things. And at the end of the day,
hundreds of thousands of Kenyans were there. Hundreds of thousands.
at the end of the day, the money
We're
has
only
already been
300 here,
used.
imagine.
So whether people receive the piglet or not, whether people show up or not, the piglet will be distributed for PR.
Can you do this? Can you just go on Facebook? You type the Kiambu governor there. You see the people of the government being given boxes with chicken, piglets,
I'm
some
telling you, I even
being
have
given
videos.
sacks of food.
I have
So
videos in my phone right now of the same.
then why don't you see that is the government
What do you mean that is
doing
the
work for
government?
its people?
But don't you think that the government should do what people want, not what the government wants?
No. I ask you again, what do you want the government to do for you
Myself,
personally?
I
Yes.
have a lot of things that I want the government to do for
Start
me.
naming them. Start naming them
One
here.
of them is complete the roads that are stalled. One of them is Mau Mau Road that passes through my constituency. Okay, I have in the same area hospitals that are stalled. Up to date, they stopped the constructions years ago. They're still holding that.
Are you sick? Are you sick or your car has broken down?
I'm not sick.
So why do you need a hospital then?
I don't need a hospital for myself, and that's where
Uh-huh.
we go wrong. The fact that I'm not speaking just for myself. I have parents at home. I have
So,
siblings
but you
at
see,
home.
there are places where there are hospitals that are there.
I have people who
So where
cannot.
do you want this hospital to be?
I
At
have
your own home or at your neighbor?
I have people that cannot raise this voice that I'm raising.
No, hold on. I'm not trying. I ask you, the reason why I'm asking you the questions the way I'm asking you is,
Uh-huh.
do you want the government to build a hospital for you where you are?
I want the government to build complete hospitals so that the
Mm.
medical services can be easy. People can be able to access medicine easily. Right now, at my place,
No. But
people
you see, the thing is this: why, where do you want the government to do this for you? Because let's understand, you started very well. Your MP is Wamushomba.
correct.
Yeah. Have you brought these grievances to Githunguri? Because that is where those votes come from.
And I said yes. I have raised those issues with her in a certain forum we are in. We have said what we need that need to be done, and not just that. A lot of things we have raised there. But the issue is, she's not part of those that are singing praise and worship to the government, and for that reason, they will try to frustrate her. They will try to deny her finances so that she looks as if she's not working, so that she looks as if she's not capable of doing things. But at the end of the day, it's the government that collects our taxes, and whether the MP supports the government or not, people uh, are supposed to receive services regardless of whether the MP or
So
their leaders are in
yes.
opposition or not.
So let me ask you. So you're going to sit there in the Githunguri and die, while there are other constituencies with hospitals that are functioning, and SHA is also working.
Which is working?
Hey, I've seen people who have registered, and they are who's on speaker here now.
Joe Maxia, please allow me say something because I want to get out of the house. There's something I want to talk about. Am I audible? Am I audible? So, I've listened to a number of you here. I was among the first people I joined this space, starting from the guy called Yaziro speaking about tomorrow's agenda. So, I'm a little bit confused and bitter that some of you guys think the way you think. Like we have people amongst ourselves thinking in the manner that you've explained your thoughts. So the main focus here is that the topic is what next for Kenya. So I don't know what Andrew Kibe meant. Is it what next for Kenya today or after the demonstration? So what next is tomorrow we are getting out in our numbers and going out to remove the president from power. We will go to State House, we get him out of power, and because according to our constitution, power belongs to the people. So the main focus is getting the president out of power for a number of reasons that I want to say here. First, like year zero, you are among the first people to speak, and you say that you don't really care what will happen tomorrow because you'll be at your workplace, and the government or whatever happens, you really not interested. So I started to wonder, like, is this the kind of reasoning that we have among ourselves here? Like year zero, how old are you? Because your reasoning is the same reasoning that our baby boomers have. The people,
Me,
our
I'm, me, I'm,
parents,
I'm,
they couldn't
I'm
and they
37.
couldn't get what?
I'm 37.
Yeah, the seven you are slightly beyond a youth, but the kind of reasoning that you have is really devastating. So you can't say that you really don't
Sure,
care what
you're about to
happens.
give us the reasons.
Yeah. So you can't really say that you don't care. Tomorrow you will be at work and you'll be going about your business because whatever happens with the government doesn't really affect you as long as you are good. I want to tell you that the first reason why we are going out to kick the president out of power is that no one is safe. The president is unable to protect the most important right, the right to live. We are unsafe. You could be in your house right now and enjoying, but then you are not safe even at your home. Remember, the guy who was killed in Ojuang was picked from his house, from his home. Miles away, he was transported several kilometers and killed. The baby who was pumped, I think 12 bullets, didn't know, he wasn't really aware of what is happening. But all the same, he was killed. The other guy who was selling masks at the roadside in Nairobi, he was just going about his business and doing business and was killed. So the first thing, no one is really safe. All of us, wherever you are, be it you are in Kisumu, you are in Turkana, you are wherever you are in Kenya, no one is safe, and that is the most pressing reason why we want to get the president out of power. So don't come here saying that no, I don't care. I'm going about my business and I'm good. I'm doing my own things, and thinking that whatever that is going on right now doesn't affect you. It affects all of us across.
But
And now,
this guy is not going to. Sure, he's
yes.
not going to the streets tomorrow, so he'll be safe in his house.
Now that is why I'm saying that his reasoning is the same reasoning that our parents had, and they were oppressed all their lives. So we want to get some clarity on what's happening, and no one is safe. No one is safe wherever you are, whatever you are doing, and even in business. If your business is running well today, and tomorrow you are down. So no one is really safe. We need to get out, all of us. And Kibe, you were saying that on this agenda, like on it, be like you think independently and focus on it independently, going to fight for what you think that is good for you. No, that's not the right way to do it. We are united in this. We are in the same boat. So when the boat starts to sink, it sinks with all of us in it.
No,
So
sure.
this is not something that you should.
let me mute you for a second because there's a lot of feedback. So you're not preaching to us here. Here, everybody knows where they stand. You're not here to preach to us. Own your agenda. Go and preach it to the people who need to listen to it. These are the people who will be with you. But 99% of the people here will not be on the streets tomorrow. That's for sure. The people who are going to the streets are the people who feel aggrieved and have a reason to go to the streets. So my advice to you is when you go to the streets, make sure you get yours. Don't just go to the streets like an idiot. Make sure you get yours. Don't leave the streets without something. Casmuel is in America right now. Is he going to be the streets with you tomorrow? Murara is driving a V8 right now. And I'm not trying to dissuade anybody from anything. I'm just telling you, you better know what you're going to get. Then don't waste a whole day and then come out of the streets with nothing. Hey, streets lazima zijipe.
Kibe,
Unajua Kibe, from the beginning, when from the beginning, even from the previous last year's Maandamano, you have never come out clearly on whose side are you. Like, you always vague. Even the way you talk, the way you respond to things, you are always vague. You've never clearly come out and say, "This is what I want. I'm on this side." So
Hey,
I'm
bro, I don't have the same issue like you. I told you the only way you guys can get me to work with you is if you employ me, you hire me as a professional. I don't feel what you feel. Even I'll be lying to you if I told you I'm seeing the same problems you see. Bro, me, I'm sitting with the high and mighty. I'm sitting with the who is who in Kenya. You guys get a glimpse of these people just for a second. I'm meeting these people, so I'm not experiencing what you're experiencing. But if you are experiencing something, then you hire the right people. We hired Omanyala. We told him, go run 100 meters for us. Joe Maxia, look at Joe Maxia here. He's living his best life. You think he would want to go to the streets? Kiplagat is living his best life. You think he would want to go to the streets? If this is your agenda, this is your movement, you lead it. Don't come and cry to me to lead it for you if you're not paying me. But if it's Mwangit, when he goes to town tomorrow, he's been paid to be in town. And if he's not been paid, then he's doing what's it called, a demo reel that he can send and say, hey, look at how we do things in Kenya. Hanifa, she's going to open up another pay bill tonight and say, now this is the real pay bill. So don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't feel for you guys. Just that I don't have a son who's old enough to tell me these are his problems. So I don't understand what you guys are going through. I never finished campus, so I don't have a degree that I've been rejected somewhere. So I don't have the same issue with you. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. Sure.
Kibe,
Mm.
I agree with you totally that in every movement there will always be some people that are clever than the others. Even when you look at the Mau Mau, those that were really in the forest that fought did not benefit personally as others, those that were just clever than the others. But we tend here to look at the bigger picture. What are we fighting for? At the end of the day, there are those that will get personal gains, like you've said, Casomwell and the rest. Right now, they are making something out of what they started. But the bigger picture is they started a revolution that today, tomorrow, we are making an anniversary for. So we cannot outweigh this bigger picture because of personal gains. Of course, there are people who will make benefits tomorrow. There are people who will make money tomorrow. There are people who have actually been paid to show up tomorrow. But even as of that, those of us that will go there without being paid or without anything are fighting for a bigger picture so that we deliver this country from the hands of the wicked, from being silenced.
Waziri,
Yeah.
Waziri, let me
Yes,
ask you
please.
this. Have you been sick?
Of course, I have.
Have you
I
registered
cannot.
SHA?
They registered me, but I don't. I don't pay for that shit. Because
Why?
I don't need it.
Okay, so why do you want to complain
I
about
did
it
not
then?
complain about SHA.
So you see, this is the thing that you're driven by people's issues when they come up and say, hey, this is not working, but you have not been there yet. So what I will ask you, Waziri, what do you want the government to do for you that you have not done for yourself?
And I've said I pay taxes, and the work of that taxes is to build schools, hospitals, and just honest futures. I want to have a country whereby when I start by
But before they deducted your tax, you see, you made a lot of money. So why can't you let go of that tax? They do whatever they want to do with it. Because you have been left with some money, you go look for that school you want.
I can't let go because it's money I've worked for. And it's not that they have deducted and they stop.
No.
Deduct
No, it is government's money.
No, it's not.
It's the
How
government's
is it
money.
government's money?
Because they took their check and they left you with the other part, which is more.
And that's why they took to make me a good road. I don't want to.
No. If they gave you back your money, do you think your money would even build a road?
No, but it will help me to not to take my cars back and forth for service to the Ghana.
But maybe you should relocate and live somewhere where there are good roads.
Now you're reasoning backwards. You're just debating for the sake of it. Let's try and be factual and just see the bigger picture here, okay? Because fear has never changed the world. It's only those bold voices, and brave hearts that have.
No, but you see, Waziri, you have made a lot of money, and the government has taken some of that money
No, that
for
is a
tax.
misconception. I've not made a lot of money. I'm making very little money, and still it's being deducted. You understand? I hope you get me. I'm not making a lot of money, so don't get that wrong.
So you want a nationwide change.
Exactly.
But which constituency do you
I
come
already
from?
said I come from Githunguri.
So do you have people like you in Githunguri who can go and demonstrate
Of course,
there tomorrow?
a lot of them. In fact,
So why are you here with us here, who are all scattered?
I'm here to raise my voice. I don't know who is listening.
To who? Who's
That's
listening
why
to you?
I said I don't know who is listening. Maybe somebody from State House is listening. They need to hear that we are ready to some of us are ready to bear the consequences.
But they don't know you. You are here with a profile which nobody knows.
They don't need to know me. They only need to hear my voice and know that I'm
So
Kenyan.
what do you think this effect will be? Why can't you go to Githunguri and do that?
I have done that, and I will continue to do it in other forums. Anywhere I get a chance, I will continue to do it, regardless of.
Don't you realize this is a constituency of people with a different agenda? There is a form of government here. Kibe is a dictator. He's a leader.
Which is.
And one day he will stand for this constituency. In fact, they had proposed, we go and move to somewhere like Mandela. And we start governing there.
Now that's a
because
dream.
Here, nobody is listening to you. In fact, you're just passing time as we are doing things.
You don't have to have people listen to you. Just put your voice out there. I'm sure it will get someone, one or two. That is what matters. We have to make step by step in this movement. Maybe there's a person who is stuck between should I go to the street or not, and you will hear maybe somebody giving a reason similar to his or hers as to why they will be going to the street, and that will encourage them to continue.
But are they coming from the same constituency?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they are coming, as long as they share the challenges, as long as they share the issues. Because if I get hungry, my hunger will.
So you see, you don't even know how the government works.
Now those are you.
How does the government work, Mr. Peter?
It's working in a way that people are receiving things. You are not, because you don't belong there.
Your reason, you should be like your reasoning is so decayed. I've listened to you, and you talk like someone who really doesn't have idea. I've actually
Go go
gone.
go easy on Waziri. Waziri has a point. The only thing Waziri lacks is the context of the events of the day. Waziri missed to realize the fact that revolution is not anything that comes and go like the way things are. Raila has been in revolution all along. Where is he now? Eh? Everybody has been in revolution, including everybody in government now has been in revolution. So the fact has to remain that we have to be focused on just realizing what personally do you want. Eh? Waziri has said that he's been paying taxes. How much exactly has Waziri paid that he can think that the taxes he's paid can build a road? So anyway, the fact is, let's just Waziri has to focus on one thing. What is it are you going to the street for? Casamuel now is in the US. Everybody talk about Morara. Where is he now? Is he gonna be in the street tomorrow? What is it are you gonna be in the street for tomorrow? You see? So if you just talking rhetorics and just picking out of nowhere, out of thin air, do you have a reason to go to the street tomorrow? Are you gonna benefit out of for going to the street tomorrow?
Peter,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for coming into to the space late, and I'm just trying to catch up, and I appreciate all that I'm grasping right now.
so Peter, you see, I've said it here that in every movement there will be some people that are clever than the others, but that should not make the movement die off. Or we look at the smaller picture and not see the bigger picture. I've given an example of the Mau Mau movement that fought for this nation. If people did not uh, show up, if people did not go to the forest and fight the Mzungu, we will not be having the Kenya we have today. Of course, after that, there are people that made personal gains. There are people who owned big parcels of land. There are people who made names out of that. The same thing is happening. It's almost the same, okay? But the bigger picture is we got freedom, we got our independence, and that's the same thing that we're gonna apply here. After this, if it goes well, there are people who will make names like they have made before. You've said Morala and this other guy, Samuel. But the fact is, the movement has made a name in Kenya. The Gen Z movement has made history in Kenya as being the first people to invade parliament. That will never go away. It
Okay,
will be written
okay.
in the history books.
What exactly do you want out of out of the movement? What exactly do you want? The outcome of the movement. What is it that you want?
It's simple. Ruto must go for Kenya to be safe, for
So,
people to have their
Peter,
voice heard and not being abducted.
Peter,
Yes,
Peter, let me ask you
yes.
this. Which constituency do you come from?
I think I've said this now more than 2 times. I said
I
Githunguri.
can
Okay, say.
yes.
Okay, now, if people in Githunguri wanted good roads, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you want to follow a standard which is from other countries. People pay taxes on the land they live in. That money is used to make all utilities and amenities that are needed. Do you think people in Githunguri are ready to pay land taxes?
But run rates are being paid. We pay run rates.
Yeah, okay. Do you think that is going to happen to everyone? Is it happening
What exactly? Paying.
in Githunguri?
People pay land rates
Yeah?
as we speak.
Oh, do you pay?
Of course.
Okay. Do you think that it is done? Can you pull that information from the website or somewhere in Githunguri constituency?
I think I can, but now that is being done by the county. So now that we'll go to the
Okay.
sub-county.
So now, the thing is this. If people are paying, what's your issue there? What do you want the government to do with that money?
I think I've said I need the government to just do the basic things that myself, my neighbor, we cannot do on our own. Okay? I cannot build a road. I cannot build a hospital. I cannot build a school. But now, because they have collected money from me, my neighbor, everybody, that money combined together can make a road. If not all, they can make one road this time, another next time. Okay? They can also balance. Let them make half road this time, equip the hospital with medicine the next with the other half of the money. That's all we need.
And that's a good specific
Yes.
reason. But now the thing is this. Don't you see this government? It has realized the voters need pigs and chicken where you come from. That's what they want. They go and get handouts. They go get motorbikes filled with fuel. And they go for political rallies and entertainment. Now you don't belong in that group of people. So you will go and demonstrate in the city where those people are not even coming to you. They'll probably be coming to your funeral to eat because their priority is to eat. So how can you sit with such a person? Who are you fighting for? Because your representation is not there.
That's why I've said that we cannot, we are doing this for the future. Some of us are not doing this for ourselves, okay? And that's why I've said some people have to show up for the others. We cannot do this, all of us. There are people who don't, like, I have had it here. There are people who don't care even whether people are showing up in the street or not.
And is it not the reason why we are saying the constituency here is very clear? We don't go there. We have our own set of issues we want. And by the way, I've already proposed to the leader Kibe here. We relinquish all our privileges to him so that this entitlement is no longer there. The way he wants to deal with us, he deal with us.
But that cannot happen when Ruto is still the president. He has to go. He has to go.
I'm telling you, Bwana, if you go that direction, there's some people in this constituency and in this forum that will come up tomorrow and say we are leaderless. I'm telling you.
No. Why have you not picked a position to be a leader yourself?
You see, leadership is not just given. People, leaders show up. You show up and you fight for your space. If you want to be a leader in any place, nobody will just come and tell you, now this is the movement, please can you lead us? You will have to show up. Just like you've said, the way the Kina Kasamuel and the rest showed up, they went to the front line and took advantage of that. That is what will happen even this time. You have to show up with a
But when,
goal in your
Has
mind.
Kibe decided
when
that
you,
he wants to be a leader? Has Kibe want?
but you see, you guys don't understand what a leader means. If you have a leader, you relinquish all the privileges to that leader. You submit. So this entitlement should not be there. You should be okay. You should be actually hoping that they do something, but they don't have to. Because you have chosen them to be your leader.
Leadership come from the heart. Has Kibe raised up his hand and say, I want to be your leader? Because everybody in these forums has been shouting.
He can speak for himself.
Everybody has been shouting that, we are going to be leaderless. Has Kibe said that I want to be your leader? You are appointing him maybe without his consent.
Correct. And still, as we talk of leadership, we've seen, if you want to know really who a man is,
You see,
you give
you
them
see,
power and money. Because when we elected,
for me, I'm choosing. I'm already agreeing with Kibe because he promised to give me a ministry. Nobody has ever done that for me. So anything else out there doesn't matter. So I'm hoping for that ministry.
Are you doing this for your ministry, for yourself, because you want a ministry?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
so which ministry is that
Yo, yo,
that you want to do it?
yo, let
Hope
me
Kibe
interject
is
you
still
kidogo.
here.
Joe, I
Waziri,
want to hear the ministry you want to lead.
let me interject you kidogo, Waziri.
Anything.
Uh, uh, Waziri, you are ranting to the wrong constituency because you said that you have your constituency in Githunguri and Gathoni wa Mishomba, and you are trying to bring the agenda of you're trying to rant about your people. Okay, your people are not given A, B, C, and D, but you try to say that you are raising the voice so that you be heard. If your people in Githunguri are very comfortable being given piglets and small handouts, and those are people you are trying to raise the voice for, then you have the wrong constituency to raise your voice for. Here, I think, as Joe said, we are trying to form our own republic led by our supreme leader Andrew Kibe, and I think, as Joe said, he has been promised a ministry. Myself, I think I'll be the Secretary General of the party, and I think we'll be very comfortable leading our own party and living our own independent life. So, Waziri, I think you have the wrong constituency because here we are just after our own self-interest. We want things for ourselves. So, if you want things for your own constituency, then I think you have the wrong forum to. You're raising the wrong. You're raising your voice in the wrong forum because the forum that you're supposed to be raising your voice on are the people who are comfortable being given piglets and small handouts and borders, and we are not really getting anywhere. So, Waziri, I think up to now, the agenda that we are supposed to achieve by raising your voice, I think we are in the wrong forum for that. So, Peter, Andrew Kibe, leaders are not, they don't choose themselves. Leaders are chosen. So they put themselves out there, then we tell them, you are a good leader for us. So our supreme leader is Andrew Kibe. I, as party secretary general, I put myself out there. So you have to choose me. You have no option.
Hold up, gentlemen. I see. One second, Peter and Waziri. I see somebody here of note. Is that you, Mustikari Kombo? You guys remember Mustikari Kombo? One of
Yes.
the all-time seasoned politicians. I don't know whether he's here with us or it's a parody account.
That must be a parody.
It must be, yeah. I was hoping one of them would jump in here and give us some wisdom, wisdom that we are lacking. Let's continue. Where were we?
You're saying Mambo ni one time.
No, we were on appointing you as a supreme leader.
Oh man, that will be something. That
Yeah,
will be something.
people are asking to be secretary generals of the movement.
You see, even
I mean, who
Kibe,
else would you employ? Like now, If indeed I become the president of this country, where am I going to get people from? There's so many jobs to give out. You get from the people you know. There's a guy here. You see, Joe Maxia is one of the people I would go for. There's also a guy here called Sakari. Sakari Watak. I would also go looking for him in South B as he's leading a choir somewhere, but moing all those two girls. You deal with the people who are familiar to you. But let's proceed. I was enjoying the conversation.
They've thrown me under the bus by saying that I'm speaking for people that want piglets and chicks. But you know, that's them saying my people, the people from my constituency, they will take that because it's being given. At the end of the day, they have been called, they have been paraded in the field. So even if they don't show up, those things, the money has already been used. So there is no other choice. You have to receive that piglet.
No,
Most of them
but
are.
Waziri, the point here is this: the
Uh,
fact that these guys know that there'll be people in the stadium or in that meeting who are happy to receive the pigs. They have more intel than you. So, did you see how happy those men were carrying the pigs and the chicken and whatever? Did you see how happy their faces? They were exuberant. They were like, "Hey, my guy, we have something to take back home." When have you ever, you, when have you ever seen a road put a smile on somebody's face like that?
yeah, and that's the problem. That's what we are doing. So that if we fail tomorrow
There's no
to
problem. You are the one who's having a problem. So your problem should be with Mudhoni, or whatever, what's her name, Wamoshomba.
uh,
Your
we have,
problem is only with Mudhoni Wamoshomba because she's not able to get finances like she promised she would. So the person to fire, you start with her. Tomorrow when you go to the streets, make sure on your placard there is a Mudhoni Wamoshomba message there. Mudhoni Wamoshomba, you're a failure.
that's what we are
What do you
doing.
think?
So we want to make sure so that if tomorrow we miss hanging Kasongo, we make sure we give civic education to the people so that by 2027, if people are going to vote,
Are,
they just
are
don't
you
go with
doing
the
that?
stomach.
Are you doing that? Are you doing that at Githunguri? Because you need to hang that placard.
Sorry, I didn't get that. So I was saying we need to do a lot of civic education to our people. Otherwise, we'll still find ourselves in the same shit we are in. And
Waziri, Waziri,
yes,
are you doing civic education for your people in Githunguri right now as you speak? Like tomorrow, are you going to be? That charity begins at home thing is normally so cliche, but I think it's only but logical. Before you start speaking about the constituency of Kenya in general, you speak about your own constituents, your own people. Are you doing that? Are you giving them civic education? Are you telling them, next time do not accept A, B, C, and D? Are you going back to your people and telling them uh, this thing is not right? Are you doing that?
actually, I've done that with the at the lowest point of leadership, the ward level, and we are doing that as a team. Right now, if you go to my ward, we have done that. We are trying to still talk to people, tell them that you know what,
You said you
we
have a
made a
team. So
mistake
what's the name
here.
of
We
your
need to
team?
correct that one.
So what's the name of your team that you're doing that with your team?
There are
What's the
details
name
I
of the
cannot.
tribe?
There are details that I cannot tell you here for security purposes. I don't want you to to hear that a guy you are talking to here is missing. Yeah.
No, if it is
So
it is
so
something that is civic education, I think it's in the public domain. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Civic education. It's not a bad thing. You're you're
yeah, it
doing you're
is.
doing civic education.
But now this is X, and there are some shit I post here on X that Kasongo may not like. So that's a different person, a different thing from here. So please allow me not to say that. Here I'm faceless.
You know you said
I'm
Waziri.
faceless here.
You know you said that you said Waziri.
Uh huh.
You said, you want to give us two sides of a different coin, but we are trying to unpack civic education, as you said. You are giving out civic education. Civic education is a public thing. You're telling people, do not do A, B, C, and D. And you said you have a team that you're doing this in a ward level.
Yes.
So we are I'm asking you as an individual, if you're doing this, so what kind of a team do you have? What kind of things have you employed? Are you using questionnaires? Are you using meetings, forums? Do you go to politicians' meeting and try to raise your voice on that? Have you raised your voice before? What are you doing to impact your constituents? Because here in X, or here on X, we are not really that kind of constituents. You've said you want to raise your voice. I think we are the wrong people for you to raise your voice on. You should start where really the buck stops with your constituents. Are the people, if your people are very happy to sit down and enjoy comedy, as Joe has said, are you what have you done to ensure that those people don't enjoy the comedy anymore, but do not accept piglets anymore, and say we want more because we pay taxes, as you said, we want more because we pay salaries, as you said. So what are you doing? You said that you have a team. So what does this team of yours do, or what does it entail? Who is that team, or is just one of those talks on X?
Now, two things. We are in a digital era, and a majority of the people, majority if not all, I would say maybe around 70% of citizens, let me say my constituents, are online, are on WhatsApps, are on WhatsApp groups. We have a number of WhatsApp groups from my place. Okay, so one of the things that we do is we discuss issues. I wish I could share those some of those screenshots on WhatsApp groups. The things we talk about. We have those leaders in there, and we question them. We ask, for instance, the MCAs, like, why would you approve the governor to give pig rates, chicks, and all that, when the nearest hospital, a level 4 hospital, doesn't have even Panadols? Okay, so that is one of the things, one of the places that we do that. And of course, any other chance that we get, like meetings, we make sure that even if not myself or just one person can go there and give um, their grievances. They can talk to the people and tell them, we made a mistake here and mambo ni one term. Mtu yeyote ambaye ameshindwa na kazi aende nyumbani. Simple as that. And we must make sure that the next regime that comes in, we have quality leaders, people that knows what they're doing, people that cannot be put into a pocket by maybe a governor. Because like Jambu, we have very useless MCAs. Sorry to say that. People are just hanging around a governor, yet the people that elected them are lacking even the most basic stuff like medicine. It's very unfortunate to go to a hospital and you're told that you cannot get even painkillers, and the governor is going around the county giving piglets. You know, we have all the wrong priorities
So,
as a people.
is this Waziri or Peter speaking?
I think that's Waziri
It's
speaking. It's
Waziri.
not Peter.
So, Waziri, you see, those things
Uh-huh.
you're speaking about, they are very important. It's good for a system to function accordingly, like
Uh-huh.
hospitals having medication and all that, yeah? But you see, those people who are saying one
Can
term,
you ask? Can you
those,
ask Waziri? Ask Waziri how many contacts. Does he have a contact of the area MCA and the MP in his contact list to
yeah,
start with
I
first?
was almost heading there. So you see, those people who are
Yeah.
saying one term, where is Gashagua and all these leaders never coming to these spaces? If they can come here, we just give them the mic just to talk. Why are they not doing that? But they have people on the ground there who are listening and singing one term. Why are you not with those people there? Because here, nobody is saying one term. Nobody is spearheading that movement here. So you're in
I
the
think
wrong
there are
group.
people don't. There are people here working on behalf of those leaders,
Where are they?
listening in the background.
No,
They must be here.
but where are they? Because they should be coming here
That,
to pull you out of these
that's how.
spaces. You come here every day.
No, no, that's how most of these leaders work. They just put somebody to listen to such conversation and give them report. They don't represent themselves personally on these spaces. That's how they work.
You see, you, Waziri, have you bought Kibe's book? Because that is one of the benefits you can get here. Hmm? Because as long as you pick the mic, you have to tune in to the benefits that are there. You subscribe. But the one-time people who are you're talking about there, they have a group, they regroup. Gashaguas, all these people, Jimmy Wanjigi, there's a group they speak to, and that group is very active, but you're not among that group. But you come here. So do yourself a favor, just buy the book and start speaking about the Mandela constituency. Because that is what is making sense here.
Okay, okay. For me, I wish I wish I was a one-term leader.
Sisi nikwambia bana, sisi hata tujakula. Ilikuwa weekend, nikwambia sisi tujakula. Itisha nyama kwa mzee. Sawa Joan. Nyama hapo kwa mzee choma ikakuja
There's a lot of echo. There's a lot of echo. Mtu anaitisha nyama mahali hapo.
Sikujeni leo.
Nani anakula nyama saa 4 asubuhi?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Personally, I wish I was. Ala, amepotea huyo wanyama.
Huyo wanyama mwambie zime mic. Nakutia njaa.
So
Anasikia njaa.
Jomaxia amesema I buy the book. Now he himself said that he's following the Mandela constituency because he's been promised what did he say? Ministry? So why would you want me to buy the idea and there's nothing for me in there? I have also to get something that I'm fighting for. Mbona tunataka kuongea na both sides of the mouth? Yeah?
That's what I was saying. Personally, I wish I was a one-term part of the one-term movement because, to be honest, I come from the Angata Barikoi constituency people. Yeah, the guys that killed policemen a few weeks ago in Angata Barikoi, and the main reason that will motivate me to be on a one-term movement is issues to do with the land issues over there. Yeah, and for now, I know there's a lot of talks concerning the land tussles and such stuff, and yeah, and because of the progress that we see that's going on, because of concerning the land and stuff. Personally, on my opinion, the one-term movement mentality is kind of post on my mind. But what I will just say is that for all of us that are in this space, what is it that motivates you in your mind to stick on that opinion that you have right now in your mind?
You say
Are
you.
you?
Let me ask you. Let me answer you. What motivates me towards my opinions?
Yes.
You see, this
Yes.
Kenyan constituency. There's nowhere it has my name, Joe Maxia, in bold, because the people who wrote it, they did not consult me personally. They
Do
had
you
their
want
own
us to put
issues.
a road on your name? Do you want us to put a street on your
Yes,
name? To
yes, yes.
oh,
So
so
the day I
if tomorrow you
discovered
wake
that
up and
book,
you find your name on a street, you'll be good. There's nothing else that will be motivating you.
you see, you gave me an example which I can agree to. Now, what I'm actually saying, Joe Maxia, then I'll know what I'm fighting for. But as long as he doesn't have my name, me, I do what I can for my own best because the government will do what it has to do for the people who don't know what they want, who have
Okay,
relinquished
quick
that
question.
part to them.
Okay, quick question. Does your grandfather have a name anywhere in the streets?
No,
Does your father has a name anywhere in the streets?
no,
Does your mother has a name anywhere in the streets?
no.
So what is it so special that you are gonna do that you want a name for yourself in the street?
You see, I will also answer you in this way. They have not also been in government. So I followed the same route. You fetch for yourself. You discover what you want in
So
life.
do you want yourself to be in government? That's it, so that you can have your name in the street.
You see, I would want that because, for one, huh?
Yes.
Imagine if I'm given a ministry, yeah,
No,
how
don't even go to the ministry
how I
first.
would flourish,
Don't go to the ministry. You
dominating
know,
people.
ministry is an appointed thing. That's an appointed position. What have you done with the constituents? Are you electable? Are you electable? That's the first. That's the basis of things.
Maybe the
Are
way
you
I should
elect?
answer you, maybe the way I should answer you is, what is this that I want to do that I have not done for myself?
Yes.
Yeah. What is
Because
this thing?
personally, I don't want a name. I don't want a name for myself anywhere in the streets of Kenya. So if you want a name for yourself in the street of Kenya, first, are you electable as an MCA? That's the first thing. In fact, are you electable as a village elder?
As I belong to a men of Kiama, Miracle Men, yeah, I have a group which I lead to. But you see, what I'm trying to say to you is this: it's simple, very simple. Yeah, stop this patriotism, stop this Kenyanism. Yeah, those who it works for, they have been protected in that book. They are the writers of that book. They are the
No, do
engineers.
you know what it takes? Do you know what it takes to put your name on the streets, and a road by your name? That is patriotism. And that's what you don't want. That's what you are against now. You are talking against it. For you to put to be for your name to be put on a street or on a road, that's part of patriotism. Why are you talking about saying, "Oh, stop this patriotism"? Yet you want your name to appear on a street? No, that's double standard on your side.
Peter, you're not getting the point.
Make me understand.
Yeah. You know what Joe is trying to tell you here is trying to, tell you, speak from a self-interest point of view, because at the end of the day, the buck stops with yourself. The buck stops with self-interest. You're just from saying that you're not motivated by this one-time thing because you want issues to do with land to be spoken about in your place in Angata Baragoi. Have you not said that?
I did. Yes, that's what I did.
You've said that you want issues to do with land. Has your land be taken?
My land has historical injustices that is being addressed at the moment,
Your,
and
your
that's
own
why
your own
I
personal
say
land, right? Your own personal
yes,
land, right?
Yes.
and it has historical injustices, right?
Yes.
And the only reason you are not joining the one-term brigade is because the issues of land has not been spoken about, right?
That's what I said is that it's being addressed at the moment on a wide based view on in in partnership with all the involved parties.
So the issue of land is being addressed as you speak right now. So
Yes.
that's why you're not
Yes.
joining the one-term brigade, right? But people
I,
died,
I
right?
di- I didn't say that I'm not joining. I said I wish I would join tomorrow's Mandamano.
Because you wish you would, but you're not joining because the issues of land in your place are being solved by the partners that you just mentioned. Well,
Yeah, it's because of my constituency at the moment cannot join that because they can't because of those issues that are being worked on, because that's the
so
main issue.
so your constituents or your people, as you're trying to say, your people are good because their issues are being handled. And remember, you just said that people died in Angata Baragoi, and
Yes.
you are satisfied that people died, and the people who died for that and for that land, their issues are being handled by the authorities. You said the people who are involved, and you are satisfied that you are not joining the brigade or you're not joining the movement because your constituents are satisfied by how the government or whoever is handling the situation is handling. Okay, so you are good yourself because your own self land, your own self interest is well taken care of. Your own interest is being taken care of by the government.
As of the date of tomorrow, the issues
Yeah,
are as good as
and we
are,
understand you, and we understand you.
yes.
So what is so wrong about Joe Maxia asking for a road for himself? Does it
Can
mean
the
that
road
does it mean that is not is a lesser Kenyan by asking for a road for himself? It doesn't mean. Yourself, you've asked for your land. So they say be careful what you wish for. And yourself, you've said your land has historical injustices, and the government of the day is handling your issues as of tomorrow. So that's why you're not joining the movement, because the government of the day is handling your issues, and you're good. So what's so wrong about Joe Maxey asking, okay, I need a road for myself. I need a road to be put on my name because that is what I want. If you're not building me a road, or you're not putting a road on my name, I'm not coming to the streets, or I'm not satisfied until you put a road on my name. It's the same reason why yourself you're saying I'm not joining you because my land is being taken care of, and you're handling my issues. All right, but people died in Angata Barbe. But because they are being handled, you're okay, and you're okay that people died. So Peter, it's not so wrong for someone to ask for a road. I'm not a lesser human being, or I'm not a lesser Kenyan if I ask. I'm not lacking patriotism if I ask that I need a road on my name. You've said, what have you done to warrant us to give you a road? What have you done for you to warrant your land to be handled? What have you done? People died.
okay. The issue is
You say there's
we,
something that is
we,
interesting there. You've said, do you expect somebody who's living in Karen, Runda, to say that I know what you're going through, I understand your problems, yet they live in a different location, they don't have the same security issues, Even Jesus attempted to actually starve and feel how it feels to be hungry. So someone who is coming here to speak to you about they understand your problem, yet they have not experienced that life with you. Don't you think you're
Naweza
being
sema kitu?
fooled? You're being fooled. They don't understand your
Can I say
problem.
something?
They are using you.
Okay, okay. What is so wrong? It's you people that elected this government. It's not me. Okay. What
No,
is
no,
so
no, no,
wrong
no,
if
no.
you
There is nothing wrong. The people who elected the government
yes,
are given houses.
yes,
Their
yes.
motorbikes are fueled. They are given chicken,
Uh-huh.
pigs. The other
Yes.
day, they saw their leader scoring a
Uh-huh.
goal, and that is they are entertained.
What is so wrong if
There is
now
nothing wrong
the
there.
the government they elected is in place right now? What is so
No,
wrong
no,
that
no, no. They are even providing jobs overseas. If you want to go and work overseas, they are providing jobs.
but that's what they're saying. It's one term.
No, 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 no. That
They
is
want they want the government tomorrow to go. They want Ruto to go tomorrow.
so. If you say one time, are you a one-time person?
I wish I would. I wish I would. I wish I would say one time because there's a lot of wrong things that has happened. But is it right to say tomorrow go unconstitutionally?
Then, what? Who do you want to stand there? Because somebody has to occupy that space to lead you, or you lead them.
What did you say?
So, if you say one term, then who do you want to occupy that space? Is it you or someone else?
Oh, personally, I'm not in favor of the go tomorrow thing or the one time thing.
So, what do you want?
I just want a peaceful the rest of the 2 years or 1 year remaining.
You said you want what?
The peaceful remainder of the years remaining, and then constitutionally people can decide, because I believe this space was about what next for Kenya, right? And if what next for Kenya was next for the remaining few 1 year or 2 years of the term,
So,
because tomorrow
mhm.
the people are saying they are gonna go to the street and say
No, you see,
uh,
don't generalize. You see, this idea of what's next for Kenya is what is making you think like that. You should be what's next for me, because we all don't
okay.
share the same ideology. We don't have the same interests. Never have people have ever had the same interests.
Mhm.
So, what is next for you? You can say in Kenya.
Is what's next for me is just a peaceful and non-chaotic Kenya. Especially.
And how will you ensure that you're not among where the chaos is happening? Because you can go looking for chaos.
And that's what I told you. For at the moment, my constituency, like in Angata Barikoi, we we can't go looking for chaos right now because the issues at hand are, that's most important at the moment to us are being handled, and so we're not going to look for chaos.
Say you're not going to look for chaos. Just like the way I'm saying also. Me,
No,
I'm not also looking for any chaos.
okay, personally, I'm not going to look for chaos. And in fact, my constituency is not going to look for chaos because the issues are being handled and they are not interested, according to the report and the fact that at the ground.
Do not speak about the ground, my friend. Like speaking about the ground, what's the ground? What is ground?
Naona nataka tuende ile mrengo ya rigiji ya ground. Okay, the personal.
No. You're trying to, insinuate something very dangerous, Peter. And I don't follow your argument. And you
And
are
I
trying
respect.
to,
I respect.
you're
I
trying to,
respect.
you're trying to put yourself in a situation where you're earlier than thou, and you're still not really clear on what you want. All right. And at the same time, you said that your own people or your own constituency in Angata Baragoi are satisfied that people died, and the issues are being handled, and your own personal land is being handled, and you're good about it. So whoever is going for tomorrow's protest and all that, maybe they have their own interests at heart, that they have their own grievances that they want to be heard out there. So if yours are not are well taken care of, I think it's high time for you just to say, okay, fine. What next for me, for yourself, is I wait for the results of whatever is handling your issues, and then you see from there where you go. All right. So that is what is next for you, and you are satisfied in whatever you are doing. All right. So this
And
collective mindset.
and that's why I told you as of tomorrow, the issues, my own personal issues, are okay. They don't warrant me to go to the street and do all those chaotic things that maybe people might be planning to do as of tomorrow, and I just have to wait and for my issues to be handled, and then I can pursue other avenues.
Very well, very well. Say, in fact, don't wait for your issues to be handled. You handle them yourself. You see, like and people are saying I'm a stupid person. If you quietly stopped going to these rallies or being caught up in this emotion, and you're driven by what is happening, do you know these guys will not have an audience? Why are they not sending their own children to fight with the opposition? Because this is a family fight. You should be seeing like Raila's daughter and Gashagua's son out there. But you, for them, who is a fool now? I've seen some people who send
And
some messages here that I'm a stupid person. But the
I
thing is this: if
I,
it,
ag-
if
I
stupidity will keep me safe here and you there, who's stupid there now? Because the thing is this:
and
if you don't give these
I
people
agree
an
with you.
audience, let me tell you, do you know they are done?
I agree with you. I agree with you. We don't give them the audience. We don't have to. That's why I said I have no reason to go to the street because I know these people have their own agendas to send people to the street. They are sponsoring. They are sponsoring some movements to go to the street so that they can achieve their own political agendas. That's why I said, on my personal ground, I don't have a reason to go to the street. And I totally agree with you. We don't have to give these people an audience to play their own games on us.
June 25th.
So when you hear people saying that damu inamwagika, they should be speaking of their children. They go for their own children's blood there. But those who are giving them the audience, you are going to a fight that does not belong to you.
Does not belong to you.
June 25th.
So what's next for Kenya?
You can answer that question if the constituency has your name in bold. But if your name is not there in bold, Kenya doesn't belong to you, was never yours. You're just here existing.
In Andrew Kibe's spaces, trying to make a name for ourselves and maybe try to get a secretary general position.
I don't follow.
In Andrew Kibe's spaces, trying
Good morning,
to make a
gentlemen.
name for
I'd
ourselves
like to
and
talk
maybe
kwanza
try
hiyo
to get
story
a secretary general.
that Andrew Kibe should not. He knows exactly who he is because he's a man of a platform and avoids a voice that cuts through all the noise. Because most of the young generation see on Andrew Kibe. So the question isn't should Kibe go. The real question is why hasn't he already gone? Because this isn't an issue about popularity or pressure or something of the sort, but it's about principle. It's about recognizing that when people are suffering and when a country is on fire with frustration, leader shows up. Because we don't. A leader is not a person who si lazima ati avae suti ama nini, but are the ones, the people who move hearts, shape opinions, and speak the truth. Kibe built his own brand, saying that we should keep it real. And if Mandamano is where real Kenyans are crying out for justice, then that's exactly where his real voice should be. We should not be hiding behind microphones and Twitter spaces saying this, and this. And when one person hear chance that is doing that one term, wachana kuongelea one term ukiwa kwa Twitter spaces, be with the young generation in the front line. And when you say maandamano, hatumaanishi ati lazima uende vita ama nini. We are meaning about peaceful demonstrations. I know there are some people who are hired guns, but nini, but that cannot deter you from going to speak your own voice ama kitu kama hiyo. Because no one needs to call Kibe to protest. He should walk in knowing that silence is a choice and so is action. He doesn't need to be a politician to stand for something. He just needs to recognize that influence sometimes comes with weight, and this is a moment to carry it. If Kibe personally believes that thinks that the system is bad, that there is corrupt leaders and everything, it's not an option, but it's a responsibility only to Kenyans, but to all of the people who are in these Twitter spaces, and the people who see that we can change Kenya, not through this space manini, but showing up 25th kwanza kukumbuka the people that we lost last year.
Here, did you listen where the point makes the most sense? If you let Gachagua and Ruto go on the streets and they fight each other and they come with their children, that's where it will start making sense. You stay where you are. But if you find yourself going for those people, trying to represent them, you are the problem.
So personally for you, Jomaxia, are you against the maandamano?
First of all, where should there be mandamanos?
So me personally believe we failed as a country in choosing people who are not representing us in this way, and this is a cry for something new, for a new regime, because personally the young generation, most of the people here are jobless, mothers are hungry, our children are dying and everything, and yet the government is keeping quiet about it. If it was not about this maandamano, there are a lot of people being killed, na kama watu wangetokezea in that massive large numbers, these things zingekuwa zimenyamaziwa. Na ninaona it's not about that lazima ukuje, it's about you, unaona, like, hey, personally I feel like this thing ain't working for me, unaona. And when you say maandamano, you know, Kenyans, you have been made to believe that tukienda maandamano tunaenda kuua, tunaenda kupiga marisasi. But what the real maandamano means for the Gen Zs is we are going to peaceful demonstration to air out our voice, because we are unemployed. Personally, nilimaliza shule like 3 years ago. I'm a nurse. I've never been hired mahali ati nini nani, but yet I have that time to go and say like, hey, this thing is not working for me, unaona. You personally probably uko na kazi yako na nini, unaona, because the only thing for you in your life you want ni uandikwe jina yako kwa streets, unaona, because you have something working for you. But there is that person mwenye anasema hata mimi nipatie kazi, hata kama ni ya kubuild hiyo kitu, yani ya kubuild tu akuandikie jina, because we don't have jobs. It means for you everything is working right for you, so there are some people who are, things are not in favor for them, that's why they're going there to say this should stop.
You
So
see,
Nas,
you've said something
who should
interesting
give
there.
the job?
You said something very interesting there. Things are working for me. You see, that's a very wrong perception. Not everything has worked for me. So we live in the same country. We're experiencing similar issues. But how I've learned is to navigate. Because if I get into this bus, I will mix with people who are receiving pigs and chickens. because that's where their needs are. And there is nothing wrong with that. The second thing is, I said it before, there is nothing that one does not fit for all. It will not. This one want this, this one want that. This one want this, this one want that. But maybe try to discover what can you do for yourself. Maybe you find some form of peace. If something you've done has not worked, maybe try another. But being caught up there, someone is using your emotions and your challenges to grow politically and use you. No, that's not me. Not me. You will not find me sitting in a rally or a campaign.
So the big issue you need to understand, when people go to the streets, most say the Gen Zs, I don't think that we are led by someone at tuende tupiganie. No, we are going because of our own revolution, because we want personally, not because of other people's interest. No, that's what you need to understand. And sisi tukinyamaza,
Wait.
like this.
You said we want personally.
Yeah, we
want personally.
Yeah.
We.
Yeah, the Gen Zs
want personally.
The thing is, the Gen Z want, not we want personally. Yeah, the Gen Z want to express themselves, how they feel, how this thing isn't working for us.
Can you say
that's why yeah.
So just mute your mic for a second. There's something wrong with your mic. Are you using headphones or Bluetooth? Anyway, the question is this. So you had a contract with the government that they would educate you and make you an ass. And now they have not given you a job. So that is what you're going to the streets for. Am I clear about that? For 3 years you've been out.
No, that's not the reason. The reason why I should support the Gen Z demonstrations is because it's more about me, because there is a lot of things, killings of people, hunger, the increase in economy and everything.
We're talking about you.
Yeah, personally for me is the joblessness. Where do you stay? I stay in Nairobi.
Which constituency?
I stay in Ngong.
What is wrong in Ngong that you want to change?
Personally for me, I want a government that listens to us, a government
No. You said killings. Hunger. Murder. What is wrong in Ngong?
Some of the things in Ngong, increase in economy, hiyo iko kila mahali. Things are difficult right now.
Where?
Let me ask something, Kibe.
Don't ask me, answer my question. What is wrong in Ngong that you want to change? Then we can pinpoint the person. Responsible.
Personally for Ngong, I think corruption by the leaders, because there are some schools that should have been built, but they haven't been built.
Which leader?
No, I can't say the name.
You're a waste of my time, my guy. Just mute the mic. Wamuzi.
Yes, Kibe. How are you?
Fine, thank you. What's up?
For me, I'm going to hit the nail right on top where it should be hit. As clearly, you can hear everyone who's come to the space and pro Gen Z, pro reclaiming Kenya, pro taking back the country. You can clearly tell they're all rudderless. They've all been radicalized. Who's this leading them to the streets? Who's this creating all these posters, directing them on what to do? who's this Cyprian, Extiandela, and all these folks? Who are these they are representing? You can clearly tell that it is well coordinated. It is not organic as last year's. And even last year's, there were a lot of psychological operation, at play in terms of the hashtags that are on TikTok and all these social media spaces. You can clearly tell this is well coordinated. It's not organic. So what the GNZs should be asking themselves is, whose interests are they representing? And once they topple Ruto as they claim, who is going to represent them? Which government is going to be at play? This transition council Nyakundi is talking about, who is going to lead this transitional council? How are these leaders going to be nominated? So you can clearly tell this is a well thought out ploy operation to bring the government down. And these guys, whoever running this, and I can clearly, I suspect it's a Gashagwa, Jimmy Wanjigi operation. You can clearly see who the beneficiaries, in case there is any war, in case there is any uprising, in case there is anarchy. Always ask yourselves, who are those who are going to benefit the most? Who are the key beneficiaries? So the GNZs are just a pawn in a game they don't even understand. They are just being used, which is unfortunate. Number two, this GNZ thing, for me, and I am ready to be controversial, for me, this GNZ thing is a Kikuyu, or rather Gema or Mount Kenya ploy to get power through the back door. They cannot wait for elections. They know they don't have the numbers. They don't have a real strategy to come back to power. And they know if they're to wait for the ballot, William Ruto is very organized. William Ruto is very deliberate. William Ruto knows Kenya in out. They know they cannot beat William Ruto at the numbers game, at the ballot game. So right now, stock emotions. Right now, throw everything and anything at the president. This is bad. This is not working. Yet we know how Uhuru fucked this country. We know what was happening under Kibaki. But yet majority of these people who claim to be righteous were all silent. Look at majority of the people on the streets calling themselves GNZ. Majorly of them are Kikuyu youth. They've been sold the idea at home that it should be Kikuyu's rule in Kenya. It should be the Kikuyus running everything. William Ruto is equalizing everything. They're not happy with affordable housing. They feel that is their business, that is their line. Ruto is destroying it. They're not happy with the education model. They are the major beneficiaries of what's this said, HELB. HELB was mostly going to Kikuyu households, but right now it's going to a needy child in Turkana. Right now it's going to a needy child in Baringo. Right now it's going to a needy child in Wandera. And we all know we hate competition. We all know we hate competition. All these people acting righteous were silent during the ills of Uhuru. So whose interests are they representing? Ruto kumi bila break.
Is that your stand?
Till the end.
So, as Ruto, what has he done for you? Were you given a house or a pig or a chicken?
For me, what I love about Ruto is how he's equalizing Kenya. Everybody has an opportunity to make it
Speak
as
for
long
yourself.
as you put it there.
Speak for yourself. What has he done for you?
That's what I'm telling you. I am happy that Ruto is equalizing Kenya. Everyone has a chance, me included.
So you want us to all to be equal?
Everybody has a chance.
You want us all to be equal?
Come again?
You want us all to be equal?
No, I am not saying all to equal. Everybody has a fighting chance. We all have the level ground in quotes. It is what you do with that opportunity. Are you in agriculture? The opportunities. Are you in IT? The opportunities. Are you in banking? The opportunities. Are you in finance? The opportunities.
Is that something you were not able to do for yourself before?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I am happy William Ruto is opening every space for everyone. There is nothing like big boys here.
No.
It is your airport. It is your airport.
Stop everyone. What I'm asking is there something you can tell us that
Uh-huh.
the government has done for you that you could not be able to do for yourself?
Thank you very much. I like that question. For me, I'm a farmer. I'm in the poultry industry. And I've been trying to push government through my governor, Anyang' Nyong'o, to have the SGR brought all the way to Kisumu until Malaba. Why? It will lower for me on my operational costs in terms of getting my components for feed. It will help me gain access to markets, East African market. And yeah, that is one of the key points I've been pushing through my government, and I'm happy it is working. On top of that, I am happy he's opening opportunities in all sectors. Nobody can claim that, we have a president who's stifling opportunities for a certain class and opening opportunities for another class.